You're not moving through time. It only feels like you are. Right now, as you watch this, it seems obvious that time is flowing. Seconds are passing. The present is becoming the past. The future is approaching, one moment at a time. But what if that entire experience is just something your brain is creating? What if the past, present, and future are not separate things at all, but all exist simultaneously, right now? Let's start with something simple. Think about yesterday. You remember it as something that already happened, fixed, gone. Now think about tomorrow. It feels uncertain, not yet real, something that hasn't happened. But here's the strange part. From the perspective of physics, both of those moments may exist just as much as this one. In everyday life, we experience time like a straight line: past, present, future. It feels like we're moving forward along that line, moment by moment. But modern physics challenges this idea completely. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not universal. It's not the same for everyone. It doesn't tick at the same rate everywhere. In fact, time can stretch. It can slow down. It can even appear to stop, depending on how fast you're moving or how strong gravity is. Imagine two people. One is standing still on Earth. The other is traveling near the speed of light in space. For the person moving at extreme speed, time passes slower. When they return, less time has passed for them than for the person on Earth. This isn't science fiction. This is real, measured, and proven. Which means something important. Time is not absolute. It's flexible. But it gets even more unsettling. If time can stretch and compress depending on perspective, then what does that say about the idea of a single shared now? Because what is happening now for you might not be now for someone else. This leads us to a concept known as the block universe. In this model, time doesn't flow at all. Instead, every moment, past, present, and future, already exists. Imagine reality as a massive structure. Every event that has ever happened, every event that is happening, and every event that will happen, all laid out together, like frames in a film reel. When you watch a movie, it feels like the story is unfolding in real time. But in reality, every frame already exists. The beginning, the middle, the ending, they're all there. You're just experiencing them sequentially. What if your entire timeline, every moment from birth to death, already exists, and your consciousness is simply moving through it? This idea might sound abstract, but there's growing scientific support behind it. In physics, equations that describe the universe often don't distinguish between past and future. They treat time as another dimension, similar to space. Just like you can move left or right, forward or backward. Time may simply be another direction within a larger structure. But here's the catch. You can't move freely through time the way you move through space, and that's where your brain comes in. Your brain is not just observing reality, it's constructing your experience of it. And one of the most important things it constructs is time. Think about how you experience the present moment. It feels continuous, smooth, like a flowing stream. But your brain actually doesn't process information continuously. It samples reality in chunks, tiny snapshots, milliseconds at a time. Then it stitches those pieces together to create the illusion of a seamless now. In other words, the present moment you feel is not truly real time. It's slightly delayed, a constructed version of reality your brain assembles after processing incoming data. Now take that idea further. Your brain also organizes events into a timeline. It creates a sense of past, present, and future. But this organization is not built into reality itself. It's a mental framework, a tool for understanding and navigating the world. Because without it, you wouldn't be able to function, you wouldn't be able to plan, you wouldn't be able to remember, you wouldn't be able to survive. So your brain simplifies something incredibly complex. It turns a possibly timeless reality into a linear story. And this brings us to one of the most fascinating questions. If everything already exists, why does it feel like time is moving? The answer may lie in something called entropy. Entropy is a measure of disorder. In simple terms, it describes how systems naturally move from order to disorder. A glass shatters, ice melts, things fall apart over time. This direction from order to disorder is what gives us the arrow of time. It's why we remember the past, but not the future. Because the past is more ordered, the future is more uncertain. But here's the twist. The laws of physics themselves don't actually require time to move in one direction. At a fundamental level, many physical processes can work both forward and backward. So why do we only experience time going one way? Because your brain is built to interpret changes in entropy as movement through time. It uses increasing disorder as a signal, a way to create a sense of progression. Which means time might not be something that exists independently. It might be something that emerges from how your brain interprets change. Now think about memory. You remember the past. You don't remember the future. That seems obvious, but why? Because your brain stores information about events that have already happened. It uses that data to build a narrative, a story of what led to this moment. But if the future already exists in some form, then the difference between past and future might not be about existence, it might be about access. You have access to past information. You don't have access to future information. So your brain labels one as real and the other as not yet. But both could be equally real. This idea challenges one of our deepest assumptions, that the present moment is special, that now is somehow more real than any other moment. But in the block universe view, there is no privileged moment, no universal now. Every moment exists equally. So what you call now is simply the point your consciousness is currently experiencing. And that experience is constantly updating, moving along your timeline, frame by frame, but not because time is flowing, because your awareness is. Now imagine this. Somewhere in the structure of reality, there exists a version of you as a child, another version of you in the future, and the version of you right now, all existing simultaneously, not as possibilities, but as actual states of reality. You're not becoming those versions. They already exist. You're just experiencing them in sequence. This perspective can feel unsettling because it challenges the idea of free will. If the future already exists, are your choices already determined? This is still an open question in science and philosophy, but some theories suggest that while the timeline may exist, your conscious experience of it still plays a role in how events unfold. Others argue that free will itself may be another construct of the brain, a way to make sense of decisions after they've already been made. But regardless of where you stand on that, one thing becomes clear. Your experience of time is not as simple as it feels. It's not just something happening outside you. It's something being created within you. Every second you experience is shaped by your brain, filtered, organized, and interpreted. And that means the flow of time you feel might not be a fundamental feature of reality. It might be a feature of perception. So the next time you feel time passing, take a moment to question it. Is time really moving forward? Or are you moving through something that already exists? Is the future truly unknown or just unseen?
And if every moment exists at once, then what you call now might not be the center of reality at all. It might just be where you're currently looking, and everything else is already there, waiting.